Okay, before I begin this video, I'm just going to quickly announce that I will be finishing the triple rares. There is only 3 left after all, and I'm already working on the second to last one. So, I'm going to get that done, but I want to make this quick video real fast to just announce the new stuff that's getting released in Japan from Set 12, which is really exciting for me because I am a Pale Moon user, and I love them to death. Almost as much as I like Oracle Think Tanks. But the point is, this card, this clan got some pretty awesome support, so I'm going to quickly talk about this. And by quickly, I mean probably 5 to 10 minutes. Anyways, about a couple of videos ago, I've been talking about how they released this card, as you see on the screen, Silverthorn Dragon Queen Lugia Reverse, and I was trying to speculate what's going to happen. And turns out I was correct, kinda, whatever. I mean, Silverthorn ended up being an archetype, and Silverthorn Dragon Queen Lugia Reverse ended up being a cross-ride. Now, right as you can see here, they announced fully that it is indeed the cross-ride. As you can see here, if you have the Soul Silverthorn Dragon Tamer Lugia, it gets plus 2000, like a cross-ride. Problem is, though, that you can see that stupid black box over there. We don't know its effect yet, but because of the new lock thing and blah stuff like that, it's probably going to correlate stuff with that, and it's going to be awesome. Whatever it's going to be. It's going to be awesome. But for now, we don't know its effect. But they did release pretty much everything else about the archetype. The grade 1s, the grade 2s, and what's given the triggers, obviously. So, this is so far as the full list of stuff they got. You can go check out the wikia.com. If you're a Vanguard enthusiast, you should probably know this website by now. But if you don't, you can just look up the link right there on my screen. My quality, I think, should be good enough, I hope. But for the most part, yeah, this is the list so far. They're definitely going to increase once this stuff gets released, but for now they only released this much. But this much alone is already good enough to know how the deck is going to work. So, I looked at pretty much all of the stuff. They have the basic grade 1 7k that gets plus 3000 when attacks. They got the grade 2 9k that when attacks it gets plus 3000. And they've got the 10k vanilla, which pretty much every archetype has except for Jewel Knights, because Jewel Knights are a sad bunch. But anyways, I'm going to quickly talk about the 3 cards that I thought was interesting. So first of all, Silverthorn Assistant Ionera. Now this card is the starting Vanguard. It's the grade 0. It's got 5000, which is already really good. But the reason why I think it fits well with the deck is, first of all, when the attack hits, or the boosting, when you're boosting the Silverthorn Vanguard, and attack hits, while this card's boosting, you can move it to Soul, to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, and select one of them, and move it to your Soul. Now, the significance of this is, first of all, you can pick 2, you look at the top 2 and you pick 1. This eliminates semi-blind Soul Charging to a huge minimum, so the likelihood of you not Soul Charging is pretty dang high. And you can just simply bam, just free Soul Charge. It's just, and if it's a Silverthorn, it can help increase your Soul for future plays. Another thing is the fact that it's also a grade 0, and not a bad one at that, because it's 5000, meaning that when you Lugia Limit Break, not the Cross Ride, but the regular one set from set 7, when you do that, you can call this unit back out of Soul. So it's technically a free Soul Charge, because you're just going to call it out of Soul anyway, so it's already really good. Next up is Silverthorn Assistant Irina, which is similar to the starting Vanguard, but this card's effect is a call effect. But the reason why I think this is really good is because you can also ride with it. It's both a Vanguard and a Rearguard effect. So you can just be like, ride at Vanguard, Soul Charge, and then when you call it out of Soul with Lugia's effect, you get a Soul Charge again. So it's pretty awesome already. The last card I'm going to go talk about is kind of the theme of this deck, in which it is when this grade 2 Silverthorn Beast Tamer Marichika, funny name, Marichika if you want to be Japanese. When this card hits at Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 to call a unit from your Soul, but at the end phase it goes back in? When I first read this effect, I thought, wait, you're counterblasting 1 for a card that's not going to stay on the field, what's the point of that? The reasoning is because, for 2 reasons. 1, you might not be able to flesh out your field from before your grade 3. So with this card, you can early aggro without your rear guards disappearing the following turn. Another thing is that by going back into Soul, you'll once again have your fuel ready for your grade 3 Lugia that's not the cross ride, Silverthorn Dragon Queen Lugia. I think I'm just going to call her regular Lugia, but you get the idea. The fact that it goes back into Soul can refuel it, and then once you activate your Limbrick, you'll have your full field again, and laugh at your opponent as you attack them with full force, but they couldn't retire it at all, and then you continue to laugh at them eternally. So I think the Archetype is pretty good because you can reserve your field without not playing too much stuff. It's already really good. It synergizes Lugia really well, a lot better than I thought it would be. Last words I'm going to talk about is how I think about the Archetype. I think so far it's actually good, as I just said before, but it just really comes down to what Silverthorn Dragon Queen Lugia Reverse is going to do. Because the cards go back to Soul, and they use Counterblast, I think her effect is only going to be like a special lock. It's not going to have that much Counterblast, if not only one Counterblast. But who knows, this is Bushiro, they can do whatever they want. But for the most part, I think the Archetype is pretty good. I am looking forward to building this deck in Japanese. I'm not even going to go English, I'm just going to go straight into Japanese and just buy the whole thing. This is the only foil anyways next to the Perfect Guard, which I'm going to pick up anyway because it's the Archetype Perfect Guard, so I'm going to pick that up regardless. But for the most part, it's only 2 foils, so it's going to be a relatively cheap deck, and I already pretty much have everything except the 4th regular Lugia, which I'll pick up anyway because it's cheap, kinda. So whatever, I think the Archetype is good. It could be a little bit better, but right now it can be pretty dangerous for the opponent because you can early aggro without having to worry about your rear guards dying. That's already pretty amazing, considering that it applies insane pressure from the get-go, which not all the archetypes have. Not even Erasers or Liberators have. They only have like super great 3 bursts of retardedness, but this deck is just, from the early get-go, you just plow through your opponent. I think it's a pretty big deck. So anyways, that's what I think about Silverthorns for now. When her effect does get revealed completely, I'm going to super either like talk about it in a happy tone or in a rant tone, but no matter what her effect is, I'm still going to run it because she's a pretty cool looking card. I respect the artist for drawing her. She looks fantastic. And thank you, artist. I don't know your name, but I forgot. I don't read kanji. I gotta learn that though. I will. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna post the next video very soon right after this, and spoiler alert, it's gonna be not Platinum Music because I just talked about that. It's gonna be Metatron because Metatron is cool looking. So see you guys then.